What's up, Internet? We are here once again with our bestest pirate cart pal, CoolBoy 400 in one real game. We are starting off with the, I want to say 11th page now, which is Scoon. And Scoon is kind of an interesting game. It's a shmup where you bomb this sea cucumber for lots and lots of points early on, and then die. Aww. I just wanted the sea cucumber points, damn it. But there's an underwater city for reasons. Basically, Scoon is an underwater shmup that's kind of like a auto-scrolling version of Defender a little bit. We're fighting all this underwater life. And now we gotta save some peoples. And I can't go that far. Preferably before, like, some sharks or something eat the people. And then we have to try and deliver the people to safety before the sharks eat them. Or squids, or whatever they are. So we got 8 people right now. And we got some kind of super shot. Oh no! Oh, I'm bad at shmups. And we lost all our people. But I've heard a lot of people talk really highly of Scoon. Like, it's a very simple, small game, but it's a very well-made game as well. And it's ridiculously addictive once you get into it properly. No, I wanted to save the more peoples. Game over. Alright, let's try again. And you bomb the sea cucumber for all the points in the world, and then you crash again because you're still inept at this game. I don't know where that one-up comes from. Maybe it's the church or whatever that is supposed to be. It's got a cross. I don't think it's necessarily a hospital, though. But you got a fuel counter, you got some people you gotta rescue. It's a good time. And for a simple game, it's actually pretty complex. With all the various different things you can attack, all the different reactions the game has to it, different sea life, it's fascinating to play. Even though at its core it is a very basic horizontally scrolling shmup. I died in the exact same place again. I am not the Scoon master, if you can tell. But this is a game I've been wanting to play a lot more of, because it's actually a pretty fun game. No, go away, sharks. Stop eating people. Actually, I think those might be dolphins rescuing them for me. I'm not sure. I'm not the master of Scoon. I'm just a Scoon enthusiast, if you will. No! Very, very difficult game, but it's fun. Let's see what's next on the docket. We have Snow Slalom, or just Slalom. Now this game was made by Rare, and if you've got the Rare Replay, you can actually play this game on there. Well, I'm not sure it's actually much of a slalom. You're not supposed to, like, there's not really much of a pro or con for going in between the flags, if I recall. It's not really their best work. I think their best work on the original NES was like RC Pro-Am. But even on Rare Replay, I haven't played much of this, just because it's not the most interesting game. I mean, if I want to play an old skiing game, and trust me, there's a few really good ones, I will play Ski Free. Because at least that game had a Yeti in it. And I think there might have been a dinosaur as like an Easter egg or something. I think there was a dinosaur in Ski Free. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Ski Free. It's awesome, and it's free, and it's skiing, and it's really, really good. And it's got a really angry Yeti and possibly a dinosaur. But it doesn't have dancing like this. So take that, Ski Free. Although it does have a Yeti that dances. This is just going to devolve into me reminiscing about how awesome Ski Free is, isn't it? Player 1, 2 cotton candy. It's been forever since I've had cotton candy crunch. I want to go fast, because I've got a time limit. Like, I'm going through there, but unless they're affording me extra points or something that I'm not seeing, I don't see a lot of actual reason to go in them, aside from if you hit the flags, you kind of flip and slow down. And since you're on a time limit, that's a bad thing. But there doesn't appear to be all that much of a functional reason to actually go in between the flags, you know? Whoa! Whoop. Ooh, curves! We're getting tricky in here with curves. Oh. Jump! Jump! It's good for avoiding obstacles, I guess, but, oh, maybe... Hold on, I'm gonna try and miss a flag. Ah, I see. Okay, there is actually a reason why you want to hit those flags. If you miss them, it drops your speed by like 20 points. So, there's a functional reason, but it's not the most damning thing. That said, you are trying to get to the end under a time limit, so, you know, you still gotta go fast. Pause. I do like the little, glittery snowflakes on screen. That's kind of a nice touch I just noticed. Snowy Hill Skid Row. That sounds tough. But, you know, this game isn't too bad. I kind of like the backgrounds. I like the mountains. Looks nice. Whoa. Doesn't... Okay, now we're getting tricky with a lot more extra nonsense, like kids sledding and snowmen. Oh no, I don't want to go slow. I need to go fast. That's the whole point of this. I mean, I can spam the jump button, but that's only going to get me so far, and I don't think I can actually jump the trees. Still, I gotta admit, as much as I was slagging off on this game when we started, I'm actually kind of, as I'm playing, getting a little bit more impressed with it. I mean, it's still not Ski Free grade, and I still wouldn't say it's one of her better games. They made some really kick-ass Spectrum games. I know, I played them on Rare Replay. That's the only way I've ever played Spectrum, but, you know, this game isn't too bad. It's sort of like your standard racing game, sort of like your Rad Racer and your, like, Mach Rider and stuff like that. But, you know, it's got its own flair. And the fact that it's adding new obstacles and stuff is, you know, it's genuinely clever, and they seem like interesting things, and it feels like there's gonna be more as we go. But that's game over for our skier. Never a big skier myself. And I mean, I live in the middle of cold-ass Canada. I should know a lot about skiing or stuff, but I've never bothered. Next we have Dragon Fire. Is this what I think it is? I think it is. This is a pirate game. And it's Snake. It's literally just Snake. There's not really a ton to talk about. There's, like, no real gimmicks or anything to it. It's pretty much just Snake. You collect the things, you get bigger, you don't eat your own tail. Collect enough things, and you move on. It's not wildly fascinating or anything, and I mean, anyone with an old flip phone could play this game for free right now. But it wouldn't have the awesome pirate opening of that giant, really pixelated dragon. Aww, sad dragon. Game over for a sad dragon. Stage 1 again. Now, I don't know if it's just because I'm using a non-standard controller, but I find this thing is kind of misinterpreting my inputs a little bit. Like, it's... I wasn't telling it to go up, I was telling it to go, like, left, but it was still going up, you know? So it's... It feels a little bit imprecise, and there's, like, a bit of a delay as well, so it's Again, it could be just a result of me using a non-standard controller, but I think it's this game. But, on the bright side, this is probably the only game you'll ever see a dragon going out and eating fire, as opposed to spitting it out. So, you know, there's that. If nothing else, it's exploring crazy new ideas. Like, what if a dragon ate the fire instead of spitting it out? And we turned it into a bad game of Snake. And put a really obnoxious song in the background. Still, I mean, it's not offensive in any real way. It's not great, but it's not horrible. It works for a game of Snake, mostly. Snake. Alright, there we go. 2 more. 1 more. Thanks, Snake. I think that's an exit. Hooray, and now it's getting all snake rattle and roll on us. That's a good game. Also by Rare, actually. I don't think I have that on any multi-card too, which is kind of sad. And oh no, we changed the colors and we added a couple obstacles. It's groundbreaking. It's like a whole new edge on Snake, except it's not. And it's the same song, and it's the same black screen we're snaking it up on. So, yeah, not the most interesting thing ever. Still, there are worse pirate games out there, and spoilers, we're going to be looking at them later. Next we have Tetris 2. Oh god, this is going to be bad for me, isn't it? Now, I want to say this is Tengen Tetris, or Tengen. Pretty sure it's Tengen. A lot of people pronounce it Tengen. But a lot of people consider this to be superior to Nintendo's official Tetris. This is unofficial. I don't know. I'm always bad at Tetris. That's the thing. I'm atrocious at, well, all puzzle games, but especially like ones involving falling blocks and ones where I don't have time to actually like think about stuff. But I believe this is the Tengen version. I know there is a Tetris 2 on the NES. I don't think this is it. I might be wrong, though. Like I said, I'm not super up on Tetris because I'm bad at it, and I'm not the most enjoyed of it. You want to play some really good Tetris, there is like 1,000,001 great Super Nintendo and Super Famicom Tetrises, including Tetris plus Bombless. And I've got the limited edition card of that, which is slightly different than the standard edition. It's got different puzzles and stuff. But frickin' Bombless is awesome. Even though, again, it's not a game I'm particularly good at. I need a line piece. Which, of course, will be the last piece I ever get. I'll put that there. And this goes here. And it can go there. Someone give me a line piece, please. That goes there. That can go there. Put that there. I'm not seeing that line piece I need. Then you get stuff like Tetris the Grandmaster, which is just insane. I've seen people play that, and it's just like, how do you even function? Like, I have trouble understanding basic Tetris. There it is. The star of the show. Couldn't even get a full Tetris. Sad. Where do I go? Here. There. Oh, sure, now you show up, line piece, you jerk. Where were you, like, 80 moves ago? Okay, You go there. You go there. 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 And, there. Put you there. You can go there. You can go there. One thing I learned is that and I guess it would seem obvious to people who are perceptive and really know Tetris, but apparently, like, the block colors correspond to the individual block types. So, like, in this case, all the line pieces will always be red. And I never realized that. I mean, it seems like such a basic thing that you'd notice, but I never did. I guess we'll put you there. And this is going badly really quick. Okay, now we're in trouble. There. 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 Right now it's just stalling. Or because this is a Russian game, stall in. Haha. Clever. Or not clever, I'm not sure. Oh god! I need to stop trying to be funny. It's not going well for me. Oh no! Aww. But, Tetris. It's Tetris. It's not a game I'm particularly good at. It's not a game I super enjoy. I wish I was better at it. Maybe then I'd really enjoy it. And finally, 1942. Which is 1942. By Capcom. Now, I can't remember if it's 1942 or 1943. Nope, it's this one that has that sort of dodging ability. I think this is also the one that has, like, the most obnoxious soundtrack ever. Well, it might be the sequel again. I'm not super familiar with this game. I will admit, it's playing pretty sluggishly, and there's some graphical glitches up there, and I think my score's supposed to be a little bit less buggy. These are all probably, again, I don't have an actual 1942 card to test this with to prove that, but the visuals are pretty buggy. Like, I'm pretty sure well, for one thing, it should say player instead of missing some letters, and I think the score should be a little bit better, and the scrolling should be a little bit less buggy, but I think that's just a byproduct of trying to hack the copyright information out. And some official developers knew that people were doing this, and actually turned it into a sort of early copy protection system. Like, if you remove the copyright information, the game either won't play or plays weird. And I think the best example I can think of right off is Bucky O'Hare had something like that, where if you remove the copyright information, it was permanently on one-hit kill mode, which was like an official hard mode. But if you had a pirate version that had the copyright stuff removed, you had no choice but to play it on, like, the impossible difficulty. Boom! Boom! Oh no, I can't be fancy anymore. Because that's a limited thing. Cooing down. Pergnog. Player gam of. Hey, there's a continue. Boom. But this is not the best version of 1942 for sure, for sure. I mean, you can get the Capcom Arcade Classics Collection Volume 1, I believe, or Volume 2 on the PS2 that is an arcade perfect port of this. But, you know, this was sort of early NES. You know, we're trying to be the arcades in the home environment. For good or for ill. And, well, I think we get what this is all about. And that has been another 5 games on the CoolBoy 401 Reel game. To just summarize, Scoon was actually really good. Really, really hard, but good. And I'd like to get a little bit more in depth with this game when I get better with it. Next we have Slalom. I was pretty negative going into it, but it's a lot better than I give it credit for. I think it's actually got a lot of potential, and I'm going to have to play a little bit more of it, I think. Dragonfire is really bad Snake with a goofy intro, but that's about it. Tetris 2 is... well, it's Tetris. If you like Tetris, you'll probably like it. And 1942 is kind of a subpar home console port that is probably even worse by the virtue that it's been hacked. That said, it's an arcade version of 1942 on the NES, so, you know, that's a thing. Overall, I think 2 of these games were great. I think Tetris is potentially great, but I'm terrible at it and I don't enjoy it. And Dragonfire and 1942 are not that great. Overall, though, Scoon and Slalom, as well as I guess I'll begrudgingly give Tetris, would make these past 5 games worth the cartridge. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time when we take a look at Lot. But until then, peace out, Internet.